Hi there everyone, I hope you're all doing well. My name is Tom, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own simple Crankie theatre out of items that you should hopefully be able to find around your house. Crankie theatres are often used by storytellers and folk musicians to add an extra visual element to their work. You can tell all sorts of stories with Crankies, big or small, so let your imaginations run wild and I'm sure you'll come up with ideas that are out of this world, such as the example Crankie I'm showing now, which is called Blast Off. Anyway, without further ado, let's get making. The things you'll need for this activity are as follows: a cereal box, a pair of scissors, a pencil and a ballpoint pen, a long strip of brown paper. You can often get some good bits in any package deliveries that you've received, or you could use regular A4 paper and stick all of the little pieces together at a later stage. Some Yoo-Hoo all-purpose adhesive, although you could probably use any type of glue if you haven't got this one to hand, a ruler, sellotape, 2 M5 nuts, although they don't have to be that exact size, so feel free to use anything around that area. If you're struggling to find nuts, you can try using pen lids or sandwich a few layers of cardboard together, poke a hole through the centre and sort of fashion your own nut out of that. 2 elastic bands, 2 pencils or chopsticks, and then pencil crayons or pens to decorate. Some additional useful materials that I haven't included in the photo are masking tape and double-sided sellotape, although you can just use regular sellotape if that's what you've got. And the final thing is a clothes peg from your washing line. So the first thing you want to do is cut open your cereal box and trim either the front or the back panel until you're left with a nice section of cardboard to work with. Then draw out this template using the following measurements provided. Once you've drawn out the template, score over your lines with a ballpoint pen. This will make it easier to fold at a later stage. Mark the top left, top right, bottom left and bottom right lines of your template in another pen colour. In the example, they've been marked in dotted orange and blue. Take your scissors and cut along these marked lines. Now it's time to mark out the spot where the pencils will be placed. On the top central tab of your template, measure 2 cm from the top and 2 cm from the side. Make sure to do this on both the left and right hand side. Then use a sharp pencil to push a hole through on both sides so that your template looks like this. Flip the template over and on the bottom central tab, measure 2 cm from the bottom and 2 cm from the side. You can see these measurements marked with blue and orange pen in my example. Take your 2 small nuts and glue them right onto the top of the measurements you've just made. Yoo-Hoo takes about 20 to 30 minutes to dry out completely, so this is a good time to go and get yourself a brew. Once the glue's dried, fold the small tabs on the bottom section of your template inside and attach them to the side panels using sellotape. Then take your 2 pencils and elastic bands, attach 1 elastic band to each pencil and wrap it around several times. Move the band down to the bottom half of the pencil, then push the pencils through the holes in the top of your template. Make sure that the tips of the pencils fit right into the centre of the hole in the nut, so that they're secure and can't move around too much. This will make your Crankie scroll nice and stable. Finally, fold down the small tabs on the top section of your template inside and attach them to the side panels using sellotape. And with that, your Crankie box is complete. Now it's time to look at the Crankie scroll. Use a ruler and a pencil to mark out the width of your scroll, which would be 5.5 cm as shown in the photo. Use scissors to cut out your Crankie scroll. Remember, you can always make your scroll longer later on if you need more space to finish your story. Now for the fun part. Come up with a story and start sketching it out using a pencil. You can tell any story with a Crankie, but if you're struggling to come up with an idea, think about stories that involve a journey of some sort. For example, a bicycle race or Phileas Fogg on his round-the-world adventures. Stories that have lots of movement and pace work very well for Crankies, as do traditional fairy tales and fables like the 3 Little Pigs or the Tortoise and the Hare. As you can see with my example, I ended up running out of space, and in the end I needed 3 scrolls of brown paper to finish my story. On one end of each scroll where I knew I'd have to join them, I left a little gap so that I could overlap the paper, which would make it a lot easier later on to attach them together. Once you're happy with your story, colour it in however you choose. I opted for pencil crayons. When it came to joining the ends of each scroll together, I decided to use double-sided sellotape. If you don't have any, you could always use regular sellotape and stick it over the front of your drawing once it's completely finished. Make sure to line both scrolls of brown paper up so they join as straight as possible, or your Crankie might end up a little bit wonky. As a finishing touch, I used some fine line pens to add outlines and shading to my drawing. If you don't have access to any of these sort of pens, you can still achieve a very similar effect by using a regular ballpoint pen. With your drawings now done, the only thing left to do is attach our scroll to the Crankie Theatre. Place a piece of masking tape on the edge of your scroll so there's an overhang, then using the overhang of the masking tape, attach your scroll to the pencil. You can use sellotape for this, but it will be a lot more tricky to remove your scroll without damaging it if you ever wanted to make another scroll for your Crankie Theatre. Repeat this process on the other end of your scroll until both edges are attached. To wind your Crankie, start at the very end of your story. Use the pencil on the right hand side to wind the scroll up and guide the paper with your left hand. Try to keep the tension on the scroll so it winds up nice and neatly. And with that, your Crankie is pretty much complete. It's optional, but you can add a clothes peg onto the pencil on the left hand side, as this makes it a little easier to wind your story when you're performing it. I've also used a little bit of masking tape in the photo just to keep the right side pencil from madly spinning around and the scroll losing all of its tension. When this does happen, you can just wind it up again. Now that all of the making's finished, think about how you could perform the story that you've just drawn. You could accompany your Crankie as a narrator, sing a song a cappella, have some music playing in the background, or just perform the Crankie on its own. There's plenty of options, so have a play and see what works best for you. And there you have it. Hopefully everything has gone to plan and you've just successfully built your first simple Crankie Theatre. Congratulations, and I hope you have lots of fun sharing your stories with friends and family. If you get a chance, make sure to send some photos or a video of your finished Crankie to Z Arts, as I know myself and the rest of the team would love to see your creations in action. You can find links to our social media platforms in the description of this video. Thanks to Z Arts for helping to fund this creation, and thank you to all of you for watching today. If you'd like to see a full version of the Blast-Off Crankie I've shown in the background, keep on watching till the end. But from me, that's all for now, so take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.
Feeling still for auto start.
Stand by power trim. Minus X minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.